I'm here today as a United States Senator who is deeply concerned about the future of our world. Underneath the daily headlines of war and protest, we are all perhaps missing the most important story of the present moment. And that is the story of the development of the most revolutionary technology of our lifetime, and perhaps in the history of the world, advanced artificial intelligence. A few months ago, political leaders from all around the world, the most sophisticated AI researchers and the CEOs of the biggest tech companies gathered about 15 minutes from this auditorium for a major international summit on AI. It was called the AI Safety Summit because policymakers knew that unchecked AI could be a massive job killer, a frightening accelerator of political instability and a global wealth concentrator. Once AI can reason more effectively than a human, AI will undoubtedly be a net job killer, not a job creator. Once a machine can problem solve better than a computer, in addition to writing, creating, coding, and driving better than humans, the job displacement is going to be massive. It's going to be debilitating. The AI companies know this. They know that the faster the job displacement is, the more that they, the AI companies, will reap the reward. So of course the AI companies have an incentive to underplay or downright mislead about how many jobs will be lost, because the faster the jobs are lost, the more profit they stand to make. The only value that guides the AI industry right now is the pursuit of profit. In all of my meetings, it was crystal clear that companies like Google and Apple and OpenAI and Anthropic are in a race to deploy consumer-facing, job-killing AGI as quickly as possible in order to beat each other to the market. Any talk about ethical or moral AI from the industry seems mostly like whitewash. The CEO of Anthropic, one of the biggest companies in this industry, recently estimated that AGI would wipe out half of all white-collar entry-level jobs, spiking unemployment by 10 to 20% within the next decade. American and European societies will likely implode if unemployment reached sustained levels above 20 to 30%. The CEO of Amazon, America's second largest private sector employer, last week, told his employees that he expects AI to reduce the company's total workforce from software developers to employees in warehouses, not in 15 years, not in 10 years, but in the next few years, a massive contraction in the employment size of America's second biggest private employer in the next 2 years. Now, AGI is going to create a lot of new jobs. It's just not going to be as many jobs as it destroys. If America and Europe is where the industry flourishes, there will be jobs involved in the development and the maintenance of these new supercomputers. But we've also seen this playbook before. The AI industry leaders who claim that there is going to be net job gains are already preparing to pull this same trick of outsourcing that happened in the 1980s, when they promised all the better jobs would replace the manufacturing jobs that were leaving for Mexico or China. In an open letter from OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman to the public earlier this month, again, this is all brand new information because the technology is happening right before our eyes, the leaps and the gains. He said, if we have to make the first million humanoid robots the old-fashioned way, but then they can operate the entire supply chain, digging and refining minerals, driving trucks, running factories to build more robots, which can build more chip fabrication facilities, data centers, et cetera, then the rate of progress will obviously be quite different. Sometimes they actually say the quiet part out loud. Altman is talking explicitly and excitedly about using AI to build robots that will take the good-paying jobs of millions of middle-class families. Not enough jobs are going to be created to replace the jobs we lose, but even the new jobs probably won't stay for long in the United States and Europe because of the industry's insatiable desire to maximize profits. A year ago, Altman came to my office, sat down with me on my couch to pitch a new idea at the time. He wanted to outsource the power supply and the data housing necessary to run AGI to the Middle East. President Trump is now implementing that plan. Evidence that the industry doesn't really care about creating jobs in the United States if they can build capacity more cheaply anywhere else in the world. The industry is hunting profits. And to boost return on investment without any guardrails imposed on them by the government, they are going to use the same labor arbitrage techniques that other industries have used to ship as many AI jobs as they can away from the United States and Europe to countries with lower labor costs. I know that AI is going to change our lives in positive ways. Lives are going to be longer. Food's going to become less scarce. Many breakthrough inventions are going to come faster. But we can't lose sight of our ability to recognize the potential of emerging technological transformations and decide early on to regulate them and control them in a way that efficiently delivers the positive benefits while also protecting people. We've done this over and over again in the United States and Europe. We did this with railroads. We did this with advanced medicine. We did this with nuclear technology. We regulated those industries, and we still led the world, and we can do it with AI. But if we don't get this right soon, if we don't decide collectively as a transatlantic community to protect ourselves from the most transformational technology of our lifetime, and as I said, perhaps in the history of the world, we won't have democracies to be able to protect the values that we care so deeply about. We won't be able to debate domestic and foreign policy. There is perhaps nothing more important at this moment in time